Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, which means it's time for Sunday side quests.
Today's side quest is Unmatched. Stephanie and I are playing 2v2 Unmatched at Origins Game Fair in a couple weeks. And we're going to be on a team, but we haven't played very much Unmatched, at least in the last year or so. So we need to practice and figure out our characters. We know that we want to take Doctor Strange, Elektra, the T-Rex, She-Hulk, Luke Cage, and probably the Raptors. In this format, you bring 6 characters for the team. You get to ban one character out of your opponent's team roster, and then you play with 2 that were left after banning. So we assume that our opponents will probably ban Elektra, which is my favorite character that I have the most experience playing. But we also know that Doctor Strange is pretty good. And so yeah, today we're going to do She-Hulk versus Doctor Strange. I know that Doctor Strange can be powerful, but I have no idea how to play him well. So, where did I put the Strange model? Is he over there?
Oh,
he is over there.
He's over here.
Watch your fingers, because I just put a little bit of paint on his cloak.
I'm good.
No? Okay, cool. Alright, so we shuffle up. And
So yeah, our schedule today is slightly altered. Normally we like to stream in the evenings, but tonight I am recording a War Dolls podcast episode, so we had to adjust our schedule today a little bit, so we're streaming a little bit earlier than normal.
the kids are coming over, so I might actually practice some Unmatched with Rosie, not on stream, because you'll have your setup for your podcasting.
Correct.
But Rosie said she'd be willing to help me practice, and maybe I can get Brayden to try Doctor Strange, because Brayden likes the sort of evil Doctor Strange from the What If series.
Yeah.
And his ability is called Dark Pact. After each combat, if Doctor Strange played a card, you may deal 1 damage to him. If you do, put that card on the bottom of your deck and draw 1 card, which is awesome if you know what his cards do, and I have no idea. So I'm sure if you play Doctor Strange often, you know the cards that you want to be putting back into your deck. I still have yet to figure that out, so I get to learn that.
Welcome, Born Menace.
Is my stuff on camera?
Yes.
The full Doctor Strange card and the dials?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so She-Hulk's ability is that at the start of your turn, you may discard a card to deal damage equal to its boost value to a fighter in your zone. So
she can just throw stuff at the start of her turn?
At the start of your turn, you may discard a card to deal damage equal to its boost value to a fighter in your zone. Okay, so for those of you that are not familiar with Unmatched, all of these different colors on the circles are zones. So this circle is just for the orange zone. This circle is for the yellow and orange. This circle gets you 3 different zones, the yellow, the orange, and the green, and so on.
So while you're standing here, you count as being in 3 different zones.
Yes.
And line of sight in this game, if you have a ranged attack, is to characters in your zone.
Yeah, you only have line of sight to them if they are in your zone.
Yep.
Also, just as an example, when it talks about the boost value, so this is one of She-Hulk's cards. This is how much she would... This is a shield card, so this is to defend against an attack. This number here is the boost value. You can discard a card to boost it, to add to your attack or defense. So
if the card lets you boost.
If the card allows you to boost. So with her special ability saying that she can deal damage equal to the boost value, this card would get her 2 damage.
Yeah, and I believe you also can boost your movement with 1 card. Let's look at boosting real quick.
Normally on the back of their card. Yeah, it's on the back of the card, babe.
Okay.
So if you, on your turn, you can draw a card, which is mandatory.
When you do a maneuver action, you draw a card and move your fighters.
Drawing a card is mandatory. Moving your fighter is optional, but you may discard a card to boost your move.
Okay. Yep. So Doctor Strange and Wong move 2, and She-Hulk moves
2.
2. Yeah. I think that's the average move.
Yeah.
But
unless you're a T-Rex and then you move 1. But
do you discard 1 card, and like if I do Wong and Doctor Strange, 1 card would boost both of their moves, I think. Right?
You'd have to look that up for like.
When you take the maneuver action, you may boost your movement. To do this, discard 1 card from your hand and add that card's boost value to your move value. Ignore any effect on the discarded card. It says boost your movement. It doesn't say boost this character, you know. I believe both characters benefit from that.
So, at the start of your activation, when you move, do you auto-move Doctor Strange and Wong?
Yeah, you always move both.
So maybe it does boost both.
I think so.
If you're familiar with Unmatched and we're wrong, let us know.
But, yeah. Right, so like when you play Raptors, they all move their movement. When you play multiple characters, they both get to move. So it's not like you have to
discard a card for each character that you
want
to boost?
Yeah, I don't think so. This game is a take on the Star Wars Epic Duels game, which I also have, which I also really enjoy. Very similar in how it plays with the attacker putting their card face down, the defender putting their card face down to defend, and then flipping the cards to see how much damage is dealt. In this map in particular, this is the Navy Pier. You put out some item tokens, so there's 2 scheme items, 3 scheme items, and 3
and I'm just pulling them randomly.
Combat actions. Yep, and they start revealed to everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. You can put them face down or face up. Folding chair. Sure.
There you go.
All right, so how you use these is while you are attacking, defending, or doing a versatile card while standing in this, you can choose to apply an ability to your card that says when played, add that. An attack, defense, or versatile. Using the token counts as a when played ability on your card that you just played. And you get to do that and then discard it. So we got a +1, we got 3 +1s, a reinforced gloves, folding chair, and a snow globe. Now, if you want to do the scheme items, that actually costs you an action while you are there, and then you can use that action to be a scheme. So security camera says look at an opponent's hand, draw a card. The helium balloons says move 2 spaces, gain 1 action. And Daily Bugle says draw 3 cards, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
So that stack your deck is pretty cool. So let's finish setup here. We choose the battlefield. Doctor Strange starts with 14 health, Wong 6, and She-Hulk 13. No, she gets more than that.
Sorry.
It's all good.
She has 20.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, we have the same number of health. But Wong is just a secondary character, so you just have to kill Doctor Strange to win.
Right.
Each player sets, starting health. Shuffle your cards and draw 5 cards. If you play Black Widow, you have to pick your starting protocol at this point. the younger player, so I guess that's me.
You always get priority in this game.
In this game,
you will forever be younger than me.
in the team tournament, they might just say roll a die or something like that. But in a 2 versus 2, there's a first player team A, first player team B, second player team A, second player team B, and you alternate teams. I start on the number 1, which is right here. And I know I put Wong in the same zone. We'll put Wong on the Daily Bugle. Why not? And yep, and you start there. The younger player takes the first turn. Did you want to cut my deck?
No.
Okay. 5 cards. I'm going to take a second to read these because I don't know what we do here. I know we do magic things. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think I figured out one of the cards I'm supposed to put back on the bottom of my deck with Doctor Strange here. Yeah, that just seems powerful. Alright, so I think I take 2 actions, right? It's like a maneuver scheme or attack. Must take 2 actions. You may choose 2 different actions or the same action twice. Maneuver, attack, scheme. Okay. And then your turn, you have to discard down to 7 cards. In this game, there is exhaustion, so when your deck runs out, your deck runs out.
Check out the Pando Pet Cafe to play with me.
I believe if you have to draw a card and can't, you take a damage. So that can be bad.
Yep.
So I'm going to start with a scheme, and Wong is going to read the Daily Bugle.
That's garbage that you get to start on that.
Well, draw 3 cards, and put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck. That seems cool. Alright. And then we're going to maneuver. I'm going to boost my maneuver by 3. So I move a total of 5. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. And that purple one, huh? Put one there. And then I draw a card.
You boosted it to 5, and then you only moved 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have 7 cards. That's my turn.
You still... Oh, because you did the scheme as an action.
Yeah. Scheme for an action and maneuver with a boost.
I'm going to move here.
You have to draw a card.
Right. And then I will scheme using the security camera to look at my opponent's hand.
All the magic things. There's a card in there where if Wong and Doctor Strange are adjacent to each other, the value of the card goes up to 4.
And then I draw another card.
There's a healing card.
5, 6, 7. I'm at 7, so she's done.
We got a feint. Okay. You are just on purple.
Correct.
And I don't want to, like, go closer to her, but I need to go closer to her.
Come to She-Hulk.
I might. Any schemes? Nope, I have no schemes to play. Yeah. Like, I'm not supposed to go closer to you, but, I mean, what else am I gonna do? Huh. That's weird. We're gonna maneuver with a boost. So we're gonna move 4. I'm sorry. That's an anybody. All right, so 1, 2, and 1, 2. Oh no, I gotta go around this way to get here. Weird. Alright, we moved. Maneuver to draw a card. Or draw the card. And my second action will be to attack She-Hulk. With this. You blocked 4. Well, that's going to be 4. So you won the combat. Mm-hmm. So what do?
If I win the combat, I deal a damage to each fighter adjacent to She-Hulk.
Okay, so
Wong takes a damage.
You block it, and Wong takes 1. I could do Dark Pact, but I will not. That's it.
Okay. Remind me, can I move through opposing characters?
No.
Okay. Always draw a card.
Yep.
At the start of your turn, you may discard a card to deal damage equal to its boost value to a fighter in your zone.
Yep. You gonna throw something at Wong?
Yeah, because I've got 3 of these. Well, no, not that.
I would love a miniature of Wong instead of just a token of Wong, but
I'm just gonna do 1 damage to him.
1 damage to Wong. He's down to 4.
Yep. And then I will attack Wong.
Okay. So I faint, which cancels all the effects on your card.
Even the during combat?
So immediately is basically when the cards are played, and you have an immediately as well.
Cancel all the effects on your opponent's card.
And I cancel all the effects on your card. So...
Which one happens first?
I don't know.
Is it the attacker or the defender?
I don't know.
Let's Google it. Or see if you can find it in the book.
Can you cancel a feint with a feint? Most cards have effects, like immediately, during combat,
Defender's
after.
effects always resolve first.
Okay.
Defender's immediate.
Defender's effect resolves first. Yep.
Alright, so yours resolves first, which means mine does nothing. Okay.
-1 damage to Wong. Cease and desist. I read your law books before you tried to hit me with them.
So I have a question.
Sure.
When you maneuver at the beginning of your turn, that is one of your... Because drawing a card is mandatory. Or that is only mandatory if you're maneuvering.
When you do a maneuver, you have to draw a card.
But you don't have to maneuver.
Correct. You do 2 actions. You don't... You could attack twice, maneuver twice, scheme twice.
I screwed that up then.
You've been maneuvering every turn?
Well, this was only my second turn.
Oh, okay.
But I maneuvered and drew a card.
Oh. Do you want to re-rack or keep going?
No, we can keep going.
Okay.
She'll be done.
Yeah. The problem is if you can't attack or play a scheme, then you have to maneuver. And if you can't draw a card, you take damage. So that's a thing. Okay. So my go? You're still on purple. Gonna go with... So my guys are ranged, and yours is melee, so you have to be adjacent to me or throw stuff at me. You alright?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Wong on She-Hulk. Alright, I'm doing the Rings of Ragador.
Immediately, if She-Hulk is adjacent to the opposing fighter may not leave their space this turn.
May not leave their space, so I can't maneuver away?
No.
Okay. I'm dealing 1 damage to She-Hulk, and then after combat, if I won the combat, my fighter and each friendly fighter adjacent to them recover health equal to the damage. So Wong recovers 1. And I was gonna run away, but I guess I can't.
You can't.
Now, Doctor Strange can, but Wong can't.
Correct.
Yeah, that's interesting how this space and this space aren't nearly adjacent to each other at all, even though they're so close on the map. Oh, because you're, like, on top of the Ferris wheel. That's crazy.
What do you mean? Oh, the space. You can't move in between them. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they look adjacent on the map, but they're very far away from each other. As far as that goes. So Wong can't move, huh?
Nope.
So we will just do a maneuver, and not maneuver, but draw a card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to maneuver.
So no throwing.
What do you mean no throwing?
That has to be at the start of her turn.
Oh.
Did you want to throw something at Wong before you move?
I forgot about that. So
It's
that's
okay.
the card I drew.
All right.
I'm just going to try to whittle him down. There's another one.
Okay. I just healed that damage.
And then I'll maneuver. This is the card I draw.
Cool.
I'm going to attack Doctor Strange.
Oh, we are both in orange. Okay, so I will...
Oh. Yeah, no, I can't.
Because...
It's not an adjacent...
It's not melee.
It's not...
It's not melee, but it is in the same zone.
I could attack you if I was ranged.
Correct.
But I'm not.
Correct. Yeah, it's a very interesting space. Doctor Strange is like, I have the battlefield.
Just, like, blocked me in.
Well, I'll just kill Wong. It'll be fine. Yeah, that Ferris wheel it's a very interesting board. It might not be one that we want to play She-Hulk on because of the way this works.
Mm-hmm. All right, this will go on to Wong then.
Okay. Oh gosh. Master of Camartage. 5 and 2. We're both during combat.
Mine's after combat.
Okay. So mine just becomes a 4 because Doctor Strange and Wong are adjacent. So it looks like I'm taking 1. And then after combat...
It doesn't do anything if you're only taking 1.
Oh, if you dealt 2 or more damage. Okay. So 1 to Wong. I got like mystical shields or something.
Okay, she's done.
Problem is, I might not ever be able to do much to She-Hulk.
While he's looking at his cards, you guys should check out our YouTube channel at Born Minis. We put up all 3 rounds from yesterday's Marvel Crisis Protocol event at the Game Preserve down in Indy. So you can go out and rewatch those matches that were streamed yesterday.
I was playing Criminal Syndicate. Stephanie was doing the stream, and it's pretty good. There's some sounds from the the game store, so it's not like a professional casual stream, but I think it was good.
I'm definitely not a professional.
It was good.
But it was casual.
We are professionally casual. I don't want to do this, but we're gonna do it. Okay, so we're gonna maneuver. We're going to move Wong here. We're going to move Doctor Strange here and draw a card from the maneuver. And then Doctor Strange is going to attack She-Hulk. All right, you have an after, and I have an after.
So I go first.
Yep.
If I won the combat, which I didn't, if I lost the combat, I make the choice instead. So after the combat, so it says, let me just read the whole thing.
Yep.
Sorry. If you won the combat, your opponent chooses whether you both draw a card or both discard a card.
Okay.
If you lost the combat, you make the choice instead.
Okay. So you take 2 damage from the attack.
Yep.
And then you choose whether we discard or draw.
I'm going to choose to draw.
So we both draw a card?
Yeah.
Sweet. Love it. And then I'm doing the Winds of Watum. You get to place Doctor Strange in a starting space, and then I place She-Hulk in a different starting space, and then we shuffle our decks.
So there's 4 starting spaces.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if, because we're playing a 2-player game, if it's only 1 and 2. I don't know if 3 and 4 are active in a 2-player game, but I'm fine with it if you want to put me in 3 or 4.
Because if I put you here, you're just going to move me away from you.
Maybe.
And that wouldn't make sense.
Maybe. Okay. We did say all starting places are active, so I'm gonna put you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's done. Because you maneuvered and you attacked.
Yes.
Okay. In my zone. Okay, so I can do throw something because Wong is in my zone.
Yep.
I'm going to do 3 damage to Wong.
Oh, dang. Okay. Oops.
Then I will I'm going to maneuver to move 2. Then I'm going to play Leap Toward. Move She-Hulk up to 4 spaces. She may move through opposing fighters. Then, if she is adjacent to an opposing fighter, I gain an action. So...
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3. Nope, I don't want to get blocked in again. I'm just going to move there.
Yep. And then you get another action?
And then I get another action. So she's going to attack Doctor Strange.
Okay. This is the nastiest card, I think, in the game. Defender immediately. Discard your opponent's card. They reveal cards from their deck until they reveal an attack or versatile card they can play. They play that card and randomly put the rest of the revealed cards on the bottom of their deck.
Okay, so this gets discarded.
Yep. And you reveal cards until you have an attack or versatile card you can play.
To myself or to you? Reveal cards, like you get to see
reveal
them until I get an attack
yep.
or what?
Or versatile, so that one.
Okay.
So you play that one.
And then
they play that card and randomly put the rest of the revealed cards on the bottom of their deck, so that goes on the bottom.
Okay.
All right, so I guess it wasn't so bad because you pulled an Omega level threat. So 5 minus 2 is 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. And then after combat, if you dealt 2 or more damage, your opponent discards 2 random cards.
Oh gosh. Okay. That's terrible. Yikes.
She's done.
Doctor Strange on to She-Hulk. Oh, wow.
During combat,
Yep.
discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Increase the value of this card by twice that card's boost value.
Okay. So that's a 2.
Okay.
During combat, if I'm adjacent to She-Hulk, I ignore the value of your card.
Oh, okay.
So 2 damage.
All right.
And then Doctor Strange on She-Hulk.
Oh, how many cards?
Winds of Watum again, so it's going to be 4 damage to She-Hulk.
Ouch.
You place me in a starting space, and I place you in a starting space, and then we shuffle our decks.
And then we shuffle our decks.
Yep. $11 to 11, so at least we're close there. And we're out of cards, except I'm going to use Dark Pact. After each combat, if Doctor Strange played a card, I may deal 1 damage to him, so I go down to 10. If I do, put that card on the bottom of my deck and draw a card. And that's his turn.
Okay. Well, I can't throw anything because I don't have anything to throw. So I'm going to maneuver and I'm going to move.
I like that I have ranged, but when I get in your
And then I'm
range, then I am in your range to get stuff thrown at me.
move again. Go here.
Nice. When you're on that scheme. Cool. We'll maneuver.
If you're hanging out watching, welcome. We are playing a practice game of Unmatched for Origins Game Fair, which happens in about 2.5 weeks. We're playing a team event, so we're just practicing some of the characters that we might take with us.
I maneuvered twice.
So you're done.
Yep.
Okay. And you're on that stupid space that is not adjacent to hardly anything. Got it. But you're in my zone.
Correct.
So I'm going to throw Sensational at you for 2 damage.
Alright, down to 8.
I'm going to pick up these balloons, move 2 spaces, and gain an action.
Yep.
And then I'm going to maneuver again, but not move.
Okay. Well, we're in the same zone. I have line of sight to you. I'm going to go Doctor Strange into She-Hulk, and I will add a folding chair from the top of the Ferris wheel at She-Hulk. You also have gloves available to you to catch such folding chair.
Yeah, I'm going to use the gloves.
Yeah. Right? Alright. Cool. I have an after, you have an after. So it's so 5 versus 5. Dang, that sucks. Why do you have such a high block? Okay.
Mine doesn't do anything because you're not adjacent to me.
Okay. And mine doesn't do anything because I didn't win the combat.
Yep.
Great. This was a healing card for me, so... Oops. My second action will be using the Eye of Agamotto. I shuffle my hand into my deck. I draw 5 cards and I gain an action. So I'm hoping to follow this up with another good attack, but we'll see what I get. Drawing 5 cards seems pretty powerful, unless it's near the end of the game, and then you just take a bunch of damage. Would you like to cut?
No, fine.
Okay. You've got 1 card over there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice to meet you. I'm Luna.
Doctor Strange on to She-Hulk. I hope that's not a block card. Oh, okay. So I may.
Immediately.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't do anything because you're not a.
We're not adjacent. She needs to be next to me. During combat, I may blind boost this card. So I need a 2 or more. Ah. So 2 bolts of Balthank for 5. -3 is 2 damage on She-Hulk. If I won the combat, I gain an action.
Oh no.
All the bolts. Zap, 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 zap. Zap, zap, zap. And then he's going to go with an attack.
I'm out of cards.
Alright. He's going to summon more Winds of Watum for 4 damage.
Ouch.
You place me on a starting space. I put you on a starting space. That's a better choice to put me there. We'll put you here. And then I will probably do a bad play, but I'm going to do Dark Pact, take a damage. I'm down to 7. I shuffle this card. No, if I do put that card in the bottom of the deck and draw a card. That is Doctor Strange.
Maneuver.
At least it's close.
I'm trying to.
5 to 7.
Sorry, I'm trying to
That's fine.
calculate this.
In my opinion, there's too many Winds of Watum in Doctor Strange's deck. It's such a powerful effect. To be able to have 3 or more of those in his deck is crazy.
Alright, I'm not going to use that yet. I'm just going to move.
You did get movement points, so did you want to move?
I think I'll move here. And then I'll maneuver again. And I'll come back here.
Good idea. Otherwise, I could hit you from there.
I
That's
know.
pretty crazy. All set there then?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that dark green area is harder for me to get to. But then you're also not throwing stuff at me.
Not until I get some more cards.
Yeah. Well, wait. We could maneuver pretty far if we wanted to. Yeah, we'll just maneuver. Maneuver. That's his turn.
Okay. Okay. My first action is going to be Jennifer Walters, Esquire. Place She-Hulk in a starting space. Draw a card. Gain an action.
All right.
So I still have 2 actions.
Yep. But you're past your throwing stuff at me
I know.
part.
My one action is going to be Double Jeopardy. I draw 2 cards and I recover 2 health.
Oh, nice. It's a good time to heal yourself a bit. It's like she's doing lawyering things while fighting me.
And I'm going to do it again.
No!
Back up to 9. Alright, she's done.
Okay. Doctor Strange on She-Hulk. Two. It's just 2 for me. What's your after combat?
Yours is during, so yours goes...
It doesn't do anything.
After combat, I draw cards equal to the amount of combat damage I took.
So nothing happens.
Okay, great.
And then we will do Doctor Strange on She-Hulk.
It's a blind boost on your deck. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Increase the value of this card by twice that card's boost value.
You discarding my cards is really going to hurt me here in a bit. 3.
So it's a 6 block. Because it's twice the card's boost value.
Ooh, okay. That's awful. Okay, cool. Good job. I will Dark Pact. Just shouldn't, but I will. Put that on the bottom. Draw a card. Okay. Hurt me.
Let's see. I'm gonna maneuver. And I'm gonna try to hit Doctor Strange.
Okay. We'll do this immediately to make you discard that card, and you reveal cards until you play something else. Those other cards go to your bottom,
Yep.
randomly on the bottom of your deck. And then you cancel my effects on my card, which doesn't matter.
If you're attacking, the value of this card is 4 instead.
What? I guess so.
She's done.
Ugh, right?
She maneuvered and she attacked.
Yep.
That was a 2. Okay, yeah.
You've got 9 health because you did all of that crazy healing stuff.
Yep.
How many cards you got?
2.
Okay. Well, we're gonna attack.
I'm gonna take it.
Cool. This is gonna be interesting. He's doing the 7 Sons of Cinnabis.
Oh, jeez.
Check out the Pando Pet Cafe to play with me.
I may blind boost it up to 2 times.
Oh, God. I should have blocked this.
But if the value of my card becomes 7, it does no damage.
Okay.
So we're going to blind boost it once. And do 6 damage to She-Hulk.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not going to blind boost it again.
I should have blocked that.
It's not 7 or more. It's above 7.
Do you have to do both blind boosts, or can you choose to stop at one?
It says you may blind boost this card up to 2 times.
Oh, okay.
Up to 2.
Yeah.
So I think the smart play is to do it once, unless you pull a 1.
I should have fucking blocked. I was trying to decide, does he play the lower attack first or the higher attack first? And I was, yeah, dumb, and I should have blocked that.
I have another action. You have 3 health left.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm gonna do the Eye of Agamotto. Ooh. Shuffle my hand into my deck. Draw 5 cards, gain an action. It's all gonna come down to what I draw here.
Yep. I made the wrong choice. I think that just lost me the game.
Maybe. She's got some wicked blocks, and we're adjacent right now, and I know she does extra things to me while we're adjacent, so I'm kind of scared of a She-Hulk in my face. Face me, Jennifer. This is just practice anyway, so...
I know.
I think I'm starting to understand the power behind Doctor Strange, like the drawing, like refreshing your hand to 5, the wins everywhere, the maybe attack twice stuff.
Yeah.
I shuffled my hand into my deck, I drew 5, and I gained an action. Oh boy. Why are there more of these cards in the deck?
You're just gonna do the same thing again, aren't you?
But if you have a thing where it's like you bounce the damage back at me, then I just die, right? Which I'm sure there's a card like that in the game. I only have 4 health left. Okay.
If you don't kill me now, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, but I could. So I'll just tell my strategy out loud since this is a practice game. I either do wins so that way I can spread us far apart again, so you don't just kill me, or I do the 7 Suns thing again to maybe blind boost twice. If you just smack me back, if you have a card to smack me back for as much damage as I'm doing to you, then you just kill me. Oh, but then you would die. Unless it, I don't know what her cards do. You're looking at me like you know which one I'm supposed to play.
I'm not looking at you in any certain way. I'm just waiting for you to play something.
Alright, I think this is safer.
It's the blind boost off your deck. So it's twice
Okay.
the boost value on whatever card you flip over.
And then it discards my card?
It discards your card.
Okay. So 2.
Okay.
So you take 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the wins.
Okay.
So where do you...
I place you first.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because...
I should have 7 suns, I guess. As long as you don't have that leap to me card. Alright, I'm not dark pacting this wins, which is probably a bad idea, but I only have 1 card left in my deck, so.
Yeah.
1 hit left, She-Hulk. What are you gonna do?
I have to maneuver to get a card. That's not what I wanted, so I'm gonna run away. And I'm gonna maneuver again, and I'm gonna run away.
No! Dang it.
Let's try this again.
You're just on dark green.
Yep.
I mean, it's anybody's game, really.
How is everyone?
Not allowed to pass. I only have 1 card. We're gonna boost. I can't get to dark green. I gotta draw a card. And
You can no longer maneuver.
no, I can.
You can, you just take damage.
Yeah. And that's what I have to do unless I play a scheme or an attack. I cannot do either one of those. So I have to maneuver and take damage. It's getting down there. Doctor Strange with 3 health.
I don't
She-Hulk
think I
with
can get
1.
to you.
If you have that jump at me
I
card.
don't.
Good. But you could maneuver into it.
I have to try to maneuver. Nope.
Good move.
And maneuver again.
Good move. I was going to throw the snow globe at you if you were still in dark green. I will... This is not going to be a good try, but we will try. So I'm going to boost a move. I have to take a damage because I maneuvered. Here's 1, 2, 3. So now I'm in yellow. And I will try Doctor Strange on the She-Hulk. This is it. Right here. Can you block a 3? You did. Immediately, what does it say?
If She-Hulk's adjacent.
Yep. I could blind boost it, but guess what? I don't have any cards left in my deck. Yep. Go for it.
I'm gonna throw
Good
something
game.
at you.
Hey, I got you down to 1. Great game.
Once I got to 1, I just had to keep moving away from you to get out of your zone and then get close enough to throw something at you to finish you off. I was going to, when we were here, I was going to play that to use 1 action to make it 9 damage when you still had 4 left.
Right, so I had the discard your card and replace it.
Yeah. So you would have done that.
I had that most of the time because I knew you could do 9 damage to me.
My 2 cards left were getting her around the board.
So my mistake was not doing Dark Pact for more Winds of Watum because that's what I needed to do right here.
Yeah.
To keep it going. I drew this. So the 7 Sons of Cinnabis is that crazy you can blind boost it twice thing.
Yeah.
I had 3 of those near the end of my deck, and I needed those like throughout the game instead of because this doesn't do anything if you can't boost, and I got them all at the end.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a great game.
That was fun. So yesterday, we, you played in an MCP tournament down in Indy.
Yep. 14 players. There was a bounty board, so you could do things like try to KO a Hulk or play a new character that was updated in May to get raffle tickets towards some 3D printed models. So yeah, I went 2-1 with Criminal Syndicate. I lost on stream the final round. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. It seems like I've been going 2-1 and losing to the winner of the tournament in the last few events we've done, but it's fun to fun. They did a painting competition, which we couldn't quite understand the format for it because you could submit a single model or your whole roster, and then someone won who didn't really submit their models, which was kind of strange, but so I didn't get to see the painted models that won the competition, so I couldn't tell you about that. So I think definitely the gaming aspect of it is something that they focus on more, and the hobby aspect is just kind of thrown in there afterward. But it was fine. I had fun. I played Shulzy round 1. I played against Apocalypse, and I accidentally spiked some dice off of Kingpin, and Kingpin dazed Apocalypse, which got me the win in that game. It was kind of crazy. We played him at Adepticon in teams, and he was also playing Apocalypse. I don't think I would ever play Apocalypse in MCP because there's too much like mental gymnastics of which characters, war, pestilence, famine, and death, and all those abilities.
Too much going on.
I like a really cool faction for someone who really knows the game inside and out and likes to have a mini game with themselves while they play. Round 2, I played against a really cool guy who was playing Shield, and we were playing the Mcron Crystal scenario where there's 4 pay-to-flips, and if you have an extract, you get a reroll on flipping those points. And I played Ulik and got the ninjas threw an extract to Ulik so that he got to reroll as he just jumped around and flipped all the points. So that was super effective. Rhino versus his Spectacular Spider-Man went well for Rhino. And Killmonger was able to usurp the throne on Winter Soldier. His highest threat was a 4. He had 3 4 threats. So being able to do usurp the throne was easier than normal because I didn't have a 5 or a 6 threat that I had to take down for those points, and so that worked out well. It was a great game. Smiley guy, fun guy to play against. And then Matt took me apart with She-Hulk on stream, which you can watch on YouTube.
Yep. Next Sunday is our next Marvel United painting challenge.
Okay.
So if anybody has any suggestions on what characters you want to see painted, we try to keep it to where we each have a character that is similar in difficulty.
So not like a big Mojo versus a small, simple character.
Right.
I'm thinking maybe shield characters this time.
Yeah.
Like Quake. I don't know if you'd enjoy Quake.
Maybe.
Or do like... Yeah, there's a couple... There was a shield set, Secret of Invasion that came out with Quake, Maria Hill, original Nick Fury.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do some of those.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do a shield painting.
But we're going to try
challenge.
to do Marvel United painting challenges twice a month. So every other Sunday.
But we'll be in Origins. Coming up for us, I'm going to be
Let me look at the calendar.
Sure. On June 13th, I'm going to be in Indy playing in the Indy Open Star Wars Legion with my Phantom Menace themed list that I'm just running because it's a cool theme, just on Friday. Then the Saturday, which is the 14th, we have Marvel Crisis Protocol Teams, and you can find that on Longshanks. That's a 2v2 style event, same rules as Adepticon Teams. And then the week after that will be in Origins.
So Origins ends on Sunday and we're driving home Sunday. So we could technically still do a painting challenge.
We'll be dead.
Or we could just postpone it to Monday because I'm off work that Monday afterwards.
Okay.
So we could change the one on the 15th to... Anyway, every other Sunday.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. So basically what this challenge is we each have a Marvel United chibi model, similar in difficulty. We have 2 hours to paint that model. Every 30 minutes, we will take a trivia question from the chat. So those of you listening will be able to interact and give us trivia questions that we will use a trivia question every 30 minutes to answer. We'll pause time so that we have time to do this. If you get the question right, you continue painting. If you get the question wrong, you have to pause your painting for 4 minutes.
We really like interaction, some cool nerd questions. Last time we had Big Bang Theory, music,
Twilight.
and Twilight, stuff like that. So any kind of nerdy trivia questions, we'd love to have people participate, and makes it more fun for us as well.
So last time I got 2 of the questions wrong, so I lost 8 minutes of time for painting, which I really could have used to get her base done.
And there was one I got wrong, and we got the same one wrong, so we both had to sit there for 4 minutes.
Yep.
And sweat and worry about if we were going to be able to finish it on time.
It's a lot of fun, and it's chaotic, and we hope people enjoy that kind of thing. So come hang out with us next Sunday for that. As far as the rest of this week goes, Tuesday night is Born to Paint, where Brendan paints on stream, so you can watch him do his thing while
While
I hang out and commentate and try to keep the interaction going. And then Friday nights is Steph's studio, so you'll have me on stream painting. I will be working this week on the T-Rex for Unmatched.
Rawr.
We're going to be taking her in our list to Origins, so I got to get some paint on her. Other than that, kids come over tonight for our half of summer break.
Rosie might paint on stream a little bit too.
Over the next month, we might have Rosie on the stream, playing games, doing some painting. I know she's
going to help practice Unmatched with us, and she'll probably do painting as well.
Yeah, I know she's wanting to do something for the Origins painting competition. So there's that as well. And yeah, we're excited for Origins. We've got 17 days? 16 days according to my countdown. So just under 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks. So, all right, we are going to let everybody go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, your weekend, and happy June 1st.
See you later.